Dallas's new fire chief, Justin Ball, sat down with us to talk about some of the city's most pressing issues, ranging from how to manage increasing call volumes to how to address the mental well-being of firefighters after a series of suicides. Fox 4's Lori Brown joins us now with the latest. Lori.
Heather, with a British accent, Dallas's new fire chief, Justin Ball, may not sound like he's from Texas, but aside from growing up in England, he's about as homegrown as they come.
I saw a house fire, and saw him running in and putting the fire out. So that's the first time I thought, I'd like to be a firefighter.
Justin Ball first visited New York from Northeast England.
I was on holiday, and I came on holiday, then I went back, and then I came and stayed.
Eventually, he moved to Dallas and started as a firefighter at age 21.
And what would your 21-year-old self had said about this moment?
In my wildest imagination, I did not think I would be the chief of Dallas Fire Rescue.
Since joining the department in 1997, he has worked his way up each rank.
I believe if you do the best you can, no matter what you're doing, eventually somebody notices.
Now in charge of 2,200 firefighters and a $430 million budget, one of his most pressing fires, ever-increasing call volumes without increasing resources.
Not necessarily more fire engines, more fire trucks, some, but basically just looking at the most efficient way to manage the run volume, sending the right resource to the right situation with the right solution.
There have been 10 suicides in the past 5 years. Is there a mental health crisis?
Well, I believe that we are having an issue that we're addressing. We've put a new program in lately, but we need to do more. I'm looking to partner with mental health professionals in the future to try and get a handle on things.
As the city of Dallas and leaders of the Dallas Police and Fire Pension Fund argue about a funding plan, Chief Ball is in the middle.
Is it okay that the Dallas civilian pension plan has a cost of living adjustment, and right now police and fire don't?
I don't have a massive involvement in the pension. I mean, I'm in it, and I go out and talk to the members, and I believe there's a solution for both sides, and I believe they'll come to that solution.
A solution needed as the department works to improve retention.
We've got good momentum, and I don't intend to take steps backwards.
Chief Ball told us that Dallas Fire Rescue is ready for the 2026 World Cup, and while any big event does strain resources, he says DFR is equipped to handle it. Heather.
All right, Lori Brown, thank you.